How long would it take you to obtain every license needed so you can legally drive, ride, or fly in Grand Theft Auto 5's Los Santos? Let's find out. Now, I'll be basing this off my own country, Australia. It's just easier to get the information, but I imagine most countries would follow a pretty similar roadmap. And if I'm wrong, I look forward to your complaints in the comments. Okay, firstly we have cars. The learner's permit, the foundation of everything that follows. You'll have a learner's permit for 12 months if you're under the age of 25, but only 6 months if you are over that age. Let's just assume our crooks wanted to start early and got it day 1 at 16 and a half years old. 12 months of driving with someone else in the car making sure you don't kill anyone. We're going business days as well because weekends are for fun. You're then on your P1 license. You must display P plates in your window. You can't exceed 90 kilometers an hour. You can't have any alcohol in your system. You can't drive between midnight and 5 AM, and you can't have a high-powered vehicle. 12 months. Then you are on your P2s. The difference? Your P plates go from red to green, and you can now do 100 kilometers an hour. Fancy. 2 years. And congrats, you are now a fully qualified motorist.
Beep beep, out of my way, I am a motorist.
That's some nice reckless driving, Mr. B.
Now, based off of how you drive in a game like GTA, it probably means you've done some extra driving courses to be able to handle the car in that fashion. So a defensive driving course is about a 2-day job, advanced driving is about 5 days, and stunt driving is about 4 weeks. And if you want to build around in an F1 car, expect about 2 years. To have an open wheel racing license, you'll need to partake in some low level races, so go-karting or entry level racing, and accumulate some points. You need 40 points to be able to handle one of the top F1 cars. Now this is just to legally drive one. I should point out it usually takes about 5 to 10 years of training to be race ready. Physical and mental conditioning is paramount. Now let's lose 2 wheels. You'll have about 4 weeks of pre-learner training, complete a test, and have a learner's permit for about 12 months for a motorcycle license. No passengers and no engines exceeding 660 cc's during that time. Back over to 4 wheels, we now have trucks. Your LR license is for baby trucks, so generally about a month's training and then a 4-hour test. Your MR license is for toddler trucks. 2 months of training and a 6-hour test. HR, the teenager of the trucks. Holding one of the previous licenses for at least 12 months, you can actually get this with just an assessment. It generally takes about 1 to 2 days. For a HC license, if you've got your HR license, you only need to do a 4-day assessment to get this upgrade. And the MC license, the big daddy of all licenses. You must have held your HR or HC license for 12 months, and then you can take part in a 3-day assessment and you are road train ready. We now hit the water. Now this is news to me, seeing I love the water and I'm Australian, it's kind of our thing, but you can obtain a boating license in about 4 hours, so half a day. Less time than it takes to watch the Snyder Cut of Justice League. But if you want to go under the water, to be qualified for a submarine license, you're generally looking about 2.5 years. And now for the workhorses in the game. If you have a heavy truck license, you can learn to drive a dump truck and qualify in about 2 weeks. And then you're off to the mines. A bulldozer, 5 days of training and assessment. Pretty simple, that one. And your dock handler, or big ass forklift. If you have a normal forklift license, which is about a day course, the big version would set you back about 4 days. And then you can do this. Now on to the whirlybirds. Shockingly, you can get a private helicopter license in around 6 months. And then add another 12 months for a commercial chopper. Now for a different type of flying, you can obtain a single engine pilot's license in around 6 months. Full-time training of course. A twin engine will take you about 12 months. Double the engines, double the months. You can then go for your commercial license, which is about 24 months of pretty intense training, but it is the top license. And then you can start holding the lives of hundreds of innocents in the palm of your hands. And then you have your military jets. Generally, it's going to take around 3 years to be fully operational as a fighter pilot. Well, enough where they can trust you in a $100 million piece of kit screaming off at 3,000 kilometers an hour. Speaking of military, 6 months to learn the basics of tanking. It'll generally take you about 5 years to be an expert, but at least you can start it up and take it to the shop for some darts. And some bonus content, it will take you about 6 weeks to learn to fly a jetpack. No license required, but I feel it's something you aren't just going to try out on your own. And there we have it. If I missed a vehicle or your country has different rules regarding these licenses, let me know below. I am Picky Punk, and until next time, stay safe. Laters.